Some people are starting to ask scary questions. Is OpenAI actually in trouble? Is the company that created ChatGPT can face the biggest crisis in its history? We're gonna dig deep into that in this video. But before we do that, make sure to subscribe because the AI scene is currently on fire. Every day, new news and new upcoming competitors and new losers. So make sure you're subscribed and let's go into the video. So guys, you know, OpenAI actually burns millions of dollars every day, which is crazy. To burn this amount of money and still don't have like a finished version of your app is insane, because now we have competitors like Claude, and I heard yesterday about a software called Manus, where they are actually punching OpenAI so hard. Like the competition is getting scary and crazy right now. People who are not so into AI just use ChatGPT because they think it's the only option. It's not the only option. You have better options, and better option exactly at what you do. So if you do image generation, video generation, I think Google is the best thing right now for you. And if you do coding, I think Claude is the best thing. And if you do everything, I think Manus is the best of all both worlds, the best of all worlds. But to still use ChatGPT right now is actually crazy. And I'm one of those crazy people. I still use ChatGPT as my main AI service till now. ChatGPT with me now is facing a lot of problems. You have, when I'm doing the dictation mode, they have major problems. It's telling me I ran out of limit when I'm not running out of limit. It's telling me that your 10 minutes is done when I'm just recording for 5 seconds. So ChatGPT is having problems right now, not only in the app, but also in the business model. We talk about this every day in this channel, that the deal breaker of those AI companies is not the technology, and it is the business model. You have to charge the correct amount from the customers and get profit now. Don't wait till I get profit like after a year, after 2 years. So I'm gonna just burn huge amount of money right now. This doesn't work anymore. The burning money phase in AI is done. Now you have to actually make a good product and make it actually profitable from day one. If you use the old method of I'm just gonna burn cash, I'm gonna get popularity, this doesn't work anymore. And we have a lot of examples for that. Like Sora is an app built by OpenAI, which is okay. They burned a lot of cash. They got those influencers. I think they hired Jake Paul for this one, for the publicity, for the PR. But what happened? Dead. So burning money in the first phase is not an option anymore. You have to actually make a good product. The business model is good and profit from day one. So today in this video, we are gonna react to a video by a channel called Economy Media. It's saying, why is OpenAI turning into a total disaster? And this is what we're talking about. We're gonna dig deeper into that. But before we go into this, I want to shout out Elodan.com, our sponsor of this video. This is Elodan.com, guys. This is a really, really interesting website. You can do text to image, image to image, text to video, image to video, and text to voice. So actually you can also chat. You can chat with AI using all the models that you need. Elodan is very smooth, guys. You have to try it out. It has everything you need. You can chat, you can create images, you can create videos. This tool can help you with anything you do in your life. So make sure to head to elodan.com right now and get the offer. You can get 500 credits for just $9.99. Now back to the video. All right, guys, so here is the video. We're gonna start it right now.
In less than a decade, OpenAI became one of the most powerful companies in the entire world.
Here's how Altman built
happened.
OpenAI from a niche research lab into an $86 billion ringleader of the generative AI boom.
ChatGPT, OpenAI's main product, quickly became widely popular, reaching a staggering 100 million regular
Fastest
users.
growing.
AI
Fastest
chatbot
growing, crazy.
ChatGPT is now the fastest growing consumer app in history. That's according to analysis by Swiss bank UBS. It's estimated to have hit 100 million active users in January, just 2 months after launch.
This led the company to
Crazy.
begin investing billions of dollars at the beginning of 2023.
Burning cash.
However, these expenses no longer guarantee improvements in its models.
They signed a $10 billion deal there. He's diversifying his chip exposure with AMD, with NVIDIA. We'll see if they ultimately decide to sign with AWS.
According to a study, OpenAI currently operates with losses of around $200 million every month.
Even if they are losing a lot of money at the moment for every customer.
$200 million every month of losses, man. This is crazy amounts of money to lose every month. Imagine their yearly losses. This is insane.
Where they serve.
They just thought they are the only ones in the scene. So they just burned money as if they are that. And they forgot that there's something called competition. And they forgot that there's other companies that are willing to also burn cash like them. And to be the first in something is actually not always a good thing, because the people who are coming after you are seeing your faults, are seeing your downsides, and they're fixing it, and they're creating something actually better for you. Their main objective is to create a product better than you. So if you are the first one to hit the market, it's not always a good thing, because people who are coming after you see your problems, see your drawbacks, and they're gonna fix that, and they're gonna create something even better.
Even those in the top subscription tiers.
Because of this, the company is taking desperate measures. It is estimated that so far in 2026, the company has placed ads in around 90% of all its products worldwide.
In January, OpenAI began unveiling plans to introduce ads for free users and ChatGPT Go subscribers in the United States.
Added to this is the instability within the company's leadership. As in 2025 alone, around 10 high-ranking executives resigned from their positions due to differences with Sam Altman's leadership.
But this has absolutely been a trend for OpenAI. Bulk of its co-founders are now gone. You have names like Ilya Sutskever, co-founder, left earlier this year. John Schulman and Jan Leke went over to rival Anthropic. Greg Brockman, one of the founders, is on a leave of absence. The list.
All these factors have caused this colossal company, a pioneer in AI, to begin facing problems they may never have imagined. So, why is OpenAI falling behind in the AI race? In recent years, artificial intelligence stopped being a distant idea and became an everyday tool for millions of people. Thus, OpenAI managed to quickly position itself as one of the most influential organizations in the technological world. Its main platform reached more than 150 million users in less than 2 months, marking one of the fastest growth rates in digital history. This growth positioned OpenAI as a leader in the sector and led users to have high expectations for innovation. However, as the company continued to expand, small problems began to emerge, revealing a more complex reality. It is estimated that its operating costs grew by more than 70% in just a few years, driven by the need to sustain increasingly large and demanding systems. At the same time, revenue did not grow at the same pace, which began to create a very large gap between what the company earned and what it spent. In this way, what was once a phase of rapid growth turned into a more uncertain situation. The company now faces problems that cast doubt on its future stability.
There's a sizable section of people that would love to see this company go down in flames. And if things continue just the way they are, they just may get their wish. There's talk of the whole company going bankrupt by 2027.
One of the most important problems the company faces is that technological advances are no longer as significant as they were in its early stages. During the first years, each new version represented a meaningful change that improved the user experience and increased interest in the platform. However, this dynamic has begun to change. Although investment in technology has multiplied by 10 in some cases, the results obtained have not grown in the same way. This indicates that the effort required is increasingly greater, but I
have a question. How hard is it to create an AI app at a low cost? How hard is it? I'm just wondering, why didn't they just keep Sora on a low cost? Maybe there's no users, that's the problem. Maybe it's a marketing issue, not like a cost issue or something. So you just keep it running, because like some apps are actually have their downfalls, and then they come back and then they bounce back. Why didn't they wait for Sora to bounce back? They just gave up on it very fast. This is even weirder than shutting down Sora. Shutting Sora that fast. You didn't even wait for it. You didn't even do marketing campaigns. You didn't even use the normal traditional things that you do when your company is falling or your product is falling. So Sora was falling, and then they didn't go for the normal things, which is marketing, which is new features, which is a lot of things, but they didn't go for that, which they just, okay, goodbye, peace out. And I think this is from their panic about Claude, and Claude is not, they just, now OpenAI is in a situation, which is weird, that they are following Claude, that it wasn't like that. Everyone was following OpenAI, now OpenAI is following others.
The impact is smaller.
If you look at how much money the company is bleeding, what the general analysis has been is that at this rate, OpenAI will not last very long. They'll run out of cash very soon, even with all the investments that they're getting from other companies.
In addition, current improvements barely reach 15% compared to previous versions. This means that advances are becoming slower and less noticeable for users. Compared to the past, where changes were evident and rapid, evolution is now more gradual and less surprising. And this is directly affecting public perception. When improvements stop being clear, interest also decreases, making it harder to maintain the same level of growth.
ChatGPT usage also stalled in late 2025. Average daily time spent per user dropped from 27 minutes to 21 minutes.
Another key aspect of the crisis is the company's financial situation. Despite being one of the leading companies in artificial intelligence, its operating costs are extremely high. It is estimated that it can spend up to $5 million per day to keep its services active and running efficiently. On the other hand, revenue is not sufficient to cover these expenses. It is calculated that it only reaches around 60% of what is needed to sustain operations. This forces the company to constantly rely on external investments to continue operating. This situation becomes more concerning over time. Compared to other tech companies that manage to stabilize their finances in a few years, OpenAI continues to accumulate losses. This difference reflects a structural problem in its business model. While costs continue to rise, revenue does not grow at the same rate, increasing the risk of a deeper financial crisis.
The costs here are very high. You got data centers, chips, talent, all of which are key to building.
What's up with the cost control department at your company, man? What's up with those? You don't have cost control department? You're just guys, put some money on it. Fix it with some money. No, it doesn't work like that.
One of the leading AI systems. I'm also hearing the company is still in discussions right now to raise as much as $40 billion in private markets.
Faced with this situation, the company has begun to desperately search for new ways to generate revenue. One of the most recent strategies is the incorporation of advertising into its services, representing an important shift in its original approach. It is estimated that this measure could increase revenue by 20%, which would help reduce part of the financial problem. However, this increase is not enough to fully cover current costs.
Not enough.
Additionally, this decision may affect the user experience. Studies show that 6 out of 10 people prefer platforms without ads, indicating that this change could cause discomfort. Compared to other platforms that were built with advertising, this type of adjustment may be harder to accept. Users are already accustomed to an uninterrupted service, so any change may affect their perception.
OpenAI recently announced that they're going to be rolling out ads in ChatGPT to its 900+ million free users in the next coming weeks.
At the same time, competition has grown significantly. In its early years, OpenAI had a clear advantage over other companies, allowing it to lead the market without major difficulties. However, that gap has narrowed over time. Currently, at least 4 major companies offer similar services, increasing the options available to users. An important case is Google, which has developed its own artificial intelligence system called Gemini. This model has been integrated directly into products.
Google is doing it right, man. Google is just well calculated, doing well. It's the only thing that's just bothering me, that when you search in just Google normally, you just get also AI response for everyone. So they're giving free AI for everyone. That's the first of all. And I saw a lot of jokes about, I'm just searching for something. Why are you wasting water? And why are you wasting electricity for just what I'm searching on Google? So imagine the amount of searches on Google every day that has like an AI response. Imagine the amount of water wasted on Google searches. Because, of course, there's another topic that we can dig deeper on that later, that your AI prompts, what you're doing with AI, wastes water. So each prompt is, I think, I don't know, a drop of water or something.
already used by millions of people, giving it an advantage in distribution and access. In addition, it is estimated that 7 out of 10 users of digital services already use tools linked to Google, making it easier to adopt Gemini without needing to switch platforms. This has caused OpenAI to gradually lose its leadership in AI models. Compared to the past, when options were limited, the market is now much more competitive. This situation forces OpenAI to constantly improve to remain relevant against rivals like Google and its Gemini system.
How quickly OpenAI's dominance is diminishing, with Google's Gemini in particular catching up at a very rapid pace, not only in terms of market share, but also from a technological standpoint.
Another important factor is the company's internal situation. In recent years, several top executives have left their positions, creating uncertainty about the organization's direction. It is
they're not only leaving their positions, they're leaving positions going for competitor companies. You have to realize that.
Estimated that more than 25% of key leaders have departed in a relatively short period. A clear example of this is that Sam Altman himself was dismissed by the board in 2023. Although this departure was temporary and he returned to his position days later, it marked clear instability within the company's leadership. Moreover, this instability has begun to spread to employees as well. Around 40% of employees believe there is no clear direction within the company. This perception can affect team motivation and performance. Compared to other more stable companies, this situation raises doubts about its ability to face current challenges.
And a lot of that also relates to this tension, which I think we're sort of seeing come to a head here in the idea of commercializing and profiting from AI.
Investment commitments represent another major challenge. The company has planned large infrastructure expenses for the coming years to maintain its growth. However, these investments are estimated to exceed $100 billion, implying a very high financial burden. Yet today, OpenAI's revenues
the amount of burning of cash that they're still doing till now, they're creating more infrastructure, man. You're not the only player anymore, man. Just realize that, please. You're not AI. You are OpenAI. You're just a company in the whole AI scene right now. You are not the main boss anymore. I don't know when they're gonna realize that, because they're burning cash as if they are the only player in the market. You're not anymore.
No longer sufficient to cover these high costs. Compared to other companies that grow in a more controlled way, this approach involves greater risk. If revenues do not increase, the situation could become unsustainable.
Despite that revenue jump, it's not translating to profits yet. OpenAI, according to this source, does not expect to be cash flow positive until 2029.
OpenAI faces a very complex crisis where several problems are interconnected. As with fewer advances compared to competitors and its high costs, the company is falling behind. If OpenAI does not manage to adapt to these changes and finds a balance between innovation and sustainability, this could become an even more difficult problem to solve over time.
All right, guys. That's actually crazy, guys. That's actually crazy. This is one of the craziest stories that I ever encountered, guys, and this is just starting. So if you want to keep up with the updates on this topic and other topics, make sure to subscribe and make sure to check elodan.com if you want to create anything, if you want to chat, if you want to create images, videos, audio, anything that you want to do using AI that's going to help you in your business, in your school, anywhere. Just head to elodan.com and see what the amount of options that they have there. And please let me know in the comments what you think about elodan.com, and let me know also in the comments what do you think about the status of OpenAI and ChatGPT right now. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe and see you.